We had Mavs guard Jalen Brunson as the highest scoring player like on the slate. He dropped 41 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. I believe he was the first player in franchise history to score that many points without committing a turnover in a playoff game. That's ridiculously impressive. So that was good for nearly 66 DK fantasy points, Fryer. Cost you only $7,200 in salary. So where can we find that kind of value tonight?
Yeah, and I know that's a guy who people were looking to roster on that one. And I mean, hey, it worked out really well. If you're looking in that 7K range, I would say Ayton would be my guy to go with. I know D'Lo, there's a little bit of upside there as well after a slow first game. But Ayton would be the guy I'd want to go with. But we're talking strictly value plays in that lower range. Obviously, I said it earlier, it's a little bit tougher to get those guys in that lower price. I know Boogie Cousins provided a little bit of value last night, but I'm not able to find a guy in that 3K range that I really, really love tonight. I think Danilo Gallinari and Malik Beasley are two guys in that higher 4K range. That'll be good options. With Gallinari, he saw less minutes in the first game, but he saw, the higher end of his shooting in terms of shots that he's had over the last few weeks or so coming into the postseason. I know he averaged 9 field goal attempts per game this season. He was at 12 last game. So that's what he's coming in to do. He's coming in to score. And for the Heat, as much as he's probably part of the equation for them to stop, he's not their top priority. And then Malik Beasley, I like him too. And I know he got more minutes last game, shot a little bit more than Gallinari and shot better. At that $200 difference, I could go either way on one of them being my favorite. If you need a super saver, again, tough to get into that 3K range, but Jaden McDaniels at 4K, got a lot of minutes in that first game, kind of around relative to a bench guy or a role player, excuse me. I think if you're getting that from a guy that cheap right now in the postseason, it makes him a good option, at least to bolster the bottom of your roster.
Wait, give me a value play who's going to score nearly 66 DK fantasy points tonight, please.
Yeah, no problem. Great stat, by the way, on Jalen Brunson. I'm surprised that, OJ Mayo or Monte Ellis hadn't done that during their days with the Mavs. But no, I mean, I don't think we're going to see anything like that. Obviously, you're joking. But I cannot believe how the Utah Jazz defended Jalen Brunson last night, or just opted not to defend him, especially in that second half. Jalen Brunson should not be blowing by guys the way that he was. So props to him, but also I don't know what the heck was going on with that Jazz defense. I have a few value plays I could throw out there. I like the Ayton call. I mean, again, not a true value, of course, but I think we're going to see a renewed emphasis on the glass for the Phoenix Suns because, the Pelicans shot under 40% in that game one, but they were still in it. It was down to 6 or 7 points in the fourth quarter, mostly because they were crashing the glass. I mean, Valanciunas had 25 rebounds in that game, had 13 offensive boards. So I think we see an emphasis on DeAndre Ayton getting a body, making sure they're preventing Valanciunas from having another game like that. I think a lot of people are going to gravitate to Desmond Bane. He's at 6,400, pretty good price relative to the upside that he showed throughout the regular season. I always like Onyeka Okongwu at 5,000. Maybe not the highest ceiling. You're not going to get 66 DK points out of him, but should play a larger role with no Capella. And then Brandon Clark. I'm not convinced that he plays as many minutes as he did in game one, but he had 36 DraftKings points in 27 minutes. And he's priced at just $4,400 tonight.